Learn to create a consistent and realistic routine for the children to follow. Children cope better when they have a fairly predictable routine. It is important to involve the teenage children in the plan. It gives them a sense of duty and responsibility. It also helps to get them to get their support and cooperation, especially where the home environment isn't stressful. Be sure they learn to do household chores such as taking the trash out, doing the dishes, cleaning the tables after each meal, sorting out their laundry on laundry days. The teenagers may also look after their little children where the home environment is calm, warm, and friendly. This can help the single parents get time out to walk, win the show, reflect, or do any other thing that is of interest to the single parent. Yeah, for me, my oldest son was 10 years old when we used to leave him with his younger sibling to look after. Of course, you create a conducive environment for that to happen, so it is possible. Set a consistent bedtime for the children. Children need to get adequate rest in order to be their best physically, academically, and emotionally. One thing that I have observed with most single parents is that they cannot handle the discipline. As a parent, you know what is good for your children better than the children. Therefore, you have to be very assertive. You also have to be sure their phones are put away before bedtime. Make sure the laptops are removed. Experience shows that laptops, phones, tablets, and all what you have these days are kept under the duvet while the light is switched off. They continue chatting under the duvet unknown to their worn-out parents. Financial stress can be reduced by encouraging the teenage children to take up minor jobs where it will not affect their schoolwork adversely. One of the major reasons marriages fail in our modern society is finances. Many of today's adults who go into relationship that produce these children have not been taught how to manage money. Money is to a large extent controls our lives. It determines where we live, who we befriend, what we wear, what vehicle we ride, our level of education. Therefore, without wise money management or saving strategies, we are left with a severely reduced chance of a successful future, stable relationships, and security within a family setting. After school or holiday jobs can benefit teenagers in many ways. Because they present themselves for interviews, they build up their self-confidence and self-esteem. Time management skill is developed in them, and then they learn the value of money. Besides the personal benefits to the teenager themselves, their single parents are relieved of pocket money, bus fares, money for birthday gifts for their friends, and so on and so forth. This could even reduce the number of hours the single mom works so she can make time for herself and other younger children. Where possible and where there is understanding, you may involve your ex-partner in some of your routine as it concerns the children. This is, however, with a caution, being sure there is no bitterness between the two of you. For the sake of children, both of you must decide to curtail your resentment in their presence, especially the teenagers. Psychologists say children learn how to deal with frustration and anger by observing their parents. An important time management strategy in particular among our single mothers is to curb the time spent on watching Nollywood. Wow! A lot of our time can be saved by reducing the number of hours we spend on watching these endless movies. Telephone gossips and electronic gossips such as the Facebook, Skype, Viber, WhatsApp, and all that you have these days. Single parents must be very, very conscious of the time we live in. Our children are living in a very smart environment. They watch and emulate what we do. You can't spend your entire Saturday watching Nollywood or gossiping and then turn around to discipline your daughter or your children for the same sin. It will not work. In conclusion, and a few advice for the mothers, Rick Warren mentioned earlier declares that everyone is driven by something. Your perspective to life determines what you place value on. How you see your life determines how your life is shaped. Warren explains that many people are driven by guilt. Such people are manipulated by memories of the past. They allow their past to control them. They more often than not punish themselves by sabotaging their own success. We are product of our past, but we won't be prisoners of that past. God has a greater purpose and a beautiful plan for your life. Therefore, come out of your guilt wardrobe and be set free. Remember, Ecclesiastes says that there is time to weep and time to laugh, time to pull down, and there is time to build up what you have pulled down. Pick up your life up again and with new determination to fulfill a purpose. Okay, resentment and anger-driven people. Many single parents, especially women, hold on to hurt. Instead of releasing their pain through forgiveness, they rehearse it over and over, and sometimes their frustration are visited on their innocent children. Resentment hurts you more than it does your offender. Often your offender has moved on in life, but you continue to stew in your hurt and pain. Why not let go and let God? Release yourself from the punishment you inflict on yourself through the bondage of resentment. There are also those who are involved in materialism. Single moms need to be careful about materialism so that the drive to always have more does not become the goal of their lives. I see lots of parents living in the Western world striving so hard to catch up with fashion trends. Designers' wears are their focus, both for them and for their children. I cannot understand why designers' wear will be bought for children who are still growing and who will soon grow out of the wears. Some parents cannot discipline themselves when it comes to buying, yet they want to discipline their children. Watch out. Your value is not determined by your valuables. Approval-driven people. Some parents are driven by the expectations of others, peer pressure, and so on. Those who follow the crowd always get lost in it. A key to failure is to try to please everyone. These forces and so many others lead to a dead end, and if we allow them to drive our lives, they lead to stress, frustration, and unfulfilled life. Approval-seeking moms will do anything to buy happiness. They wear all sorts of dresses in the name of fashion. They can even expose part of their bodies to seek approval, especially from the opposite sex. They will be at every party, buy a ashwebi which their budget cannot support, just to get approved. You must note that your daughters are watching you. At this moment, you may be driven by guilt, problem, fear, painful memories, hurts, are more situations too heavy for you to break free and enjoy your life, my counsel would be to let it go. Know what the purpose of God for your life is, because the knowledge of your purpose changes your perspectives and consequently your values. Knowing your purpose makes your life meaningful. It gives your life focus and it simplifies your life and of course motivates your life. I thank you all for your kind attention.